Well, surprise, surprise, surprise. Remember Gomer Pyle? I didn't do that particularly well.
He was in the news recently. Of course I remember.
Actually, right. He was in the news here. But I got to admit, I'm a little surprised that the Mariners were able to get, and pleasantly surprised at that the Mariners were able to get the Felix Hernandez deal done, a deal that I mean, you felt good about, but you realized that, boy, you know, one little thing goes wrong here, one part of it you don't like. It felt like it could unravel at almost any moment. Even if it didn't, Bob, it sure felt like the sort of thing that was going to take a couple of weeks to resolve, and by God, they resolved it in basically 4 days.
Well, and you thought, I mean, listen, there were potential for follow-up exams, there was potential for a complete readjustment of the deal, potential for hurt feelings, perhaps, if they thought if his reps thought the Mariners leaked it to gain advantage. I mean, there were all kinds of negative scenarios attached to this entire thing, and this thing got wrapped up in a hurry. And we heard it right before it was announced that it was a done deal today. We heard the comments from Jack Z saying, you know, how easy it's been to work with his agents. And that right there told me, all right, these guys are flexible, they're amenable to putting in protective language. Now, we still don't know the details of the language, but we know the dollars are still the same, the years are still the same, but protection's built in, and it doesn't sound like they were an issue at all.
It doesn't, and you know, and that's okay, I think. You know, people may think about the Mike Napoli deal, for example, which was a $39 million deal, wound up being a one-year, $5 million deal. Even the other free agency examples we brought up, Maglio Ordonez, Ivan Rodriguez, these were all guys going from one team to a new team,
right,
and protections put in by the new team. Who knows Felix Hernandez better than the Seattle Mariners? Who knows Felix Hernandez's elbows better than the Seattle Mariners doctors? I mean, they know what the situation is with him better than anyone could possibly know. So it struck me that in some of the reporting, they said they found a little something there that it looked like there might be a degree of wear and tear building. Not a problem or anything like that, but the sort of thing they could work around. So I bet they got a little bit of protection at the end of the deal. But I really trust in the fact that this was not getting someone who you didn't know about. This was someone who you've got every single physical he's ever done. Every single time he's been to the doctor, you know about it. So they really didn't know what his situation was. Also makes me feel better about the deal just coming down the way it did.
Yeah, and it's got to be a great sign to Mariner fans out there, because we've seen these deals go the wrong direction, or seen their free agents or soon-to-be free agents leave town. I mean, you look at their biggest stars, whether it was Randy or Griffey or A-Rod, any of those guys. You know, they've gone the wrong direction. We've seen other players go on to other teams and succeed, and I think that was a big fear attached to this, is if this goes south because of the elbow or because they can't get the language right, he's going to go succeed with somebody else. But the Mariners kind of, they went against what their history has been.
Yeah.
And they brought in the biggest chip that they've got, the face of the franchise, one of the best players ever to wear a Mariner uniform, and locked him up. Now, hopefully he can be this guy for the entire length of the contract. I don't know if that's realistic, but I think it's a huge sign to the Mariners fan base. I think it's a huge sign to potential free agents.
Definitely. The Mariners are willing to pay.
And I think actually you'll see it the year after this, because I think this is the test case year for the fences being moved in. We'll see what the power numbers are, but I think the fact that they committed to their guy is a big sign to those guys that are going to be out there next year. And if the fence is moving in, produces more offense, I think that's just another thing you throw in there that's going to make it more attractive.
All right, so Kings Court fans, start practicing K.